The Big Tree. If you don't know what this means, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I'm not talking about aliens, androids, and wizards. The Big Tree I'm referring to are the anime slash manga series that were really popular in the early to mid 2000s and were pivotal in making anime loved outside of Japan just by how big these shows were worldwide. And after more than a decade of me watching anime, I have watched just two out of the Big Tree, that being Bleach and Naruto. Tite Kubo's Bleach, at least for me at the time, was just okay. It wasn't as good as Naruto, and after the Soul Society's arc, which was literally the first major arc of the series, I just kind of lost interest in Bleach, and I still enjoyed it, but recognized that the series was not as good as when it started. But I could still understand why it was part of the Big Tree. Then there's Masashi Kishimoto's Naruto, which at the time I thought was the best anime slash manga out of the Big Tree, if you count out all of Naruto's endless fillers. Naruto was a very good show. Naruto just had major problems with consistency. Some arcs were really good, and people still talk about them today, like the Chunin exams arc, the Sasuke retrieval arc, and the Pain arc, but also just had some god awful arcs in between all of the good ones. Like, I hated the first arc of Shippuden, even though it did feel really nostalgic, seeing all the characters grown up and seeing Naruto do the belt test again and this time actually winning. So the overall start of Shippuden was just not good. And let's not even talk about the war arc. But even though Naruto had some incredible ups and just shitty downs, it's still a series that a lot of people have fond memories of, including myself. But then there's the last member of the Big Tree, Eiichihiro's Oda's One Piece. Growing up, I've always thought One Piece was the weak link in the Big Tree. I always thought that One Piece was just not as popular and interesting as Naruto and Bleach, and was just added to the Big Tree because the Big Two didn't sound interesting. I discounted One Piece as a teenager after watching a couple of episodes and saying, yeah, this show is just goofy and not interesting. And after I started making friends that watch anime, they started recommending me One Piece more, but I was still being stubborn and didn't want to watch the show because of the preconceptions I had of the show. And now we are here, and I'm finally in college. But a couple of months before I went to college, I was like, I want to watch a long shonen show and get invested. And my choices were between Hitman Reborn and One Piece. And I'm so happy I chose One Piece. Over the last 2 months, I've been binging the show, and One Piece is literally the only thing I've been watching apart from Loki. And I've currently watched 900 plus episodes. And I'm about to say something that I never thought I would say in a million years, but One Piece is better than Naruto. For me, this is literally one of the biggest realizations that has dawned upon me while watching an anime. But I have to speak the truth, and that's not a knock on Naruto. They are two completely different shows that are trying to accomplish separate things. But I think One Piece does a way better job than Naruto, but that's just my opinion. But honestly, One Piece is so freaking good. I think the reason I and a lot of people don't want to get into the show is we come in with a negative and dismissive mindset, and we're not patient with the type of story One Piece is trying to tell. And right off the series after a couple of episodes. Another major thing I hear from people is the number of episodes slash chapters that One Piece has, and that's a very valid point. A lot of people don't have the time to invest on one show, especially a show that has 1000 plus chapters and almost 1000 episodes. One Piece also, if you didn't know, is the highest selling manga of all time, with no other manga really giving it a run for its money. But the thing about One Piece, that even though it's really popular, successful and iconic, people still don't know about One Piece as much as people know about Naruto. If you stop and ask a random person on the street and ask them about anime, more people probably have heard of Naruto than of One Piece. It's weird because One Piece is undoubtedly the king of manga and anime, but the fan base seems to be more of anime fans on one side, One Piece fans on the other side. Then there are some fans right in the middle like myself. It's weird, and I just wanted to point it out. But after watching the series myself, I just couldn't come not to love it. One Piece might just be the greatest adventure story to have ever been told. No, I didn't say the best adventure anime to have ever been written. No, I said One Piece might have been the greatest adventure story that I have ever experienced. One Piece in a nutshell is a journey, and the path that leads to the end of that journey. It's a story about resilience, pain, identity, oppression, and most importantly, freedom. It's something that is referenced by a lot of characters. It's at the beginning of almost every episode. It's the theme of freedom that actually brings about the Great Pirate era and not the actual treasure, One Piece. Even though it is the motivational factor why everybody went out and became pirates. But companionship and freedom is the core of One Piece. Freedom from your family name, freedom from your past, freedom from your weakness, and freedom from pain. One Piece is an emotional roller coaster, and it does emotional moments better than 95% of media. There were legitimately about 2 times that a tear almost came down my cheek while watching the show. One Piece gets out to make you feel for characters who are all fantastic, by the way. Me watching an anime, I've never felt more like part of a group than I have with the Straw are pirates. They feel like real people, they care about each other, they argue, they are always there to support each other, they feel like genuine friends, and that's not even counting the people they meet on their journey. Every new island, every new arc is something new, exciting, and emotionally investing. It's just amazing. And let's talk about the story and arcs of the show. Unlike Naruto, that's very inconsistent with his arc, and Bleach, that's only really had one good arc. One Piece from the first arc just keeps on one upping itself. Get it? And after the first major arc, which is Arabasta arc, each arc just keeps getting better. Skypiea is amazing. Enies Lobby gave me chills almost every episode and had one of the most iconic moments in the series. Impel Down is suspenseful as hell. Marineford is legitimately the best, if not the second best in all of shonen anime, because I'm still not sure if it's better than Hunter x Hunter's Cameron arc, but it's up there when we're talking about one of the greatest arcs in all of anime. Punk Island is amazing, and Dressrosa arc especially might just give Marineford a run for his money. And Old Cake Island arc, the arc I just finished while writing this video, is also incredible. And I'm currently just starting the Wano Country arc, so I don't have much of an opinion on it yet, but I can say the animation and art style of the arc is incredible. According to what I've heard, this is Oda's most anticipated arc till date, so I can see why they are putting a lot of elbow grease into it. Look, at the end of the day, this video is not really a review, nor is it a video made with the intent of getting you to watch One Piece, but if it does, I will honestly be happy. But this video is ultimately me just giving my experience, my One Piece journey, quote unquote, how I went from eating on the show to it now being one of my favorite works of art of all time. I don't think I can convince you to watch or like One Piece. Hell, nobody was able to do the same for me. But if this video does make you interested in the anime slash manga, just go in with an open mind and you just might find a masterpiece.